There are things I've never even done that I'm going to get to do, you know?
And that's why next week we are jumping out of a plane. Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Katmia. Welcome to the This and That Chat. Birthday edition.
Birthday edition. We got noise this time.
Real noise this time. So for people who watched our 100th episode, by the way, that was really weak. Let's do that again. So much better.
Someone's going to be mad.
So for whoever watched our...
God.
What happened? If anyone was listening to that with headphones, that was awesome.
That's going to suck.
So for our 100th episode, we did... What are these called? Noisemakers?
Noisemakers.
I thought the noisemakers were the ones that you go like this.
They are.
Remember? And you spin them.
They usually come in a pack.
So we got these, and then we were surprised to learn that these are only... It's like shooting blanks. Okay? They did nothing. So we added our own noise. However, in hindsight, right? Looking at this now, this already is telling you this is what it's going to do.
I know.
This one is just like a streamer. What are they called? Pom-poms?
You're wrong.
What do you mean?
The thing that tells you is that little plastic piece on the back.
Jeez, you're right.
That's what makes the noise.
You're so right. Wait a minute. Is there a universe where you can connect this to this? Hold on. We're testing your theory out live right now. If you're right, this should work. No.
It's going to work.
It's not going to work.
Of course
Because
it's
got nowhere to go.
Of course it's going to work.
All right. We're going to see. I don't think it's going to work. It doesn't work. You're incorrect.
No, it works.
I have it pressed all the way.
I don't have... I threw mine.
Here, catch mine. Ready?
No, I don't need that one. I need the other one.
Catch. Nice. It doesn't work, bro.
Of course it does. You probably just didn't set it up right.
All right, let's see.
Go. Keep talking while I perform surgery.
Then you say shit like that, and I can't. I can't think. Oops, sorry.
I have inserted...
First we were shooting blanks.
Scabble. There we go.
How does it work for you?
And that's that I didn't even go tight on it.
Tight, huh?
Tight.
What video is that from?
That's from Breaking Bad.
What?
When Tuco takes a...
Oh, yes.
There we go. Ready?
Wow. That's how they need to sell them. That's fun.
I could do one better.
Okay.
Do you mind that I break it?
No.
We're wasting too much time on this.
This is
the mundane things.
fun.
We're trying to do an episode, and what are we worried
And
about?
it's our birthday episode,
I'm stuck.
which we were very excited to do, which we'll get into in just a moment. By the way, since you wanted me to keep talking, do you know that most everyone is so much better
And it could get better.
with duct tape? Duct tape makes everything better. Agreed or not?
Something like that.
Bro, I don't know what I was doing wrong. That's how that needs to be sold.
It's gone.
That's it. Wow. Wait, does it work alone? Oh, it's so cute. Okay, anyway.
Imagine you swallow this and you're breathing, you're like...
I mean, hold on. Isn't that essentially what a dog toy is?
Well, essentially. But when it has a little...
Is that what it has inside?
Something similar to it, I'm sure.
Interesting. So, It's our 45th birthday.
So technically, at the moment,
Yeah, we're in the in between.
you are 45.
Yes.
I am a young
You're
44.
floating. You're still floating there. You're arriving.
I
You're
still
landing.
have 10 days to go.
No, 9.
The way you count.
But of course, what do you mean? It's the 17th today. When is your birthday, sir? The 26th. 9 plus 7 equals 26. Am I wrong?
10 days. Leave it like that, bro.
No, bro.
Just you're jealous because I'm younger.
Okay. Is this so here's why
My age says I'm younger, but my bones don't.
Your beard doesn't either.
My beard doesn't either.
I feel that if you were to shave off your beard entirely, I think people would think you're late 30s.
Mm-mm.
There's no way that you look like you're in your 40s.
If
You're 45.
If I dyed my beard.
No.
If I dyed my beard,
Everyone would think you're
I'm
60.
no. They would say I'm younger. I wouldn't do it like a black.
That's exactly what everyone does. Have you
I
noticed
know.
that?
I wouldn't do it black.
Nobody tries to fake it.
Yeah, let me just blend it in and like
Right?
The problem is I'm way past that. I'm past the point of gray.
But I gotta tell you, I challenge any woman out there to say that gray in a beard does not look good. Women around the globe agree grays in a man's hair and his beard, there's something chef's kiss about it. People who dye their beard and their hair are unaware that this is how women think. Because I feel like they're doing it for women.
So
for their own self-esteem, maybe.
I'm going to say a story. And if this person's listening, they're going to know it's about them.
Oh, boy.
But that's okay.
We have a lot of new listeners, by the way.
So the person yesterday, when we were at an event, told me that that they bought some product to help their hair grow back in because they were starting to get a little bit of a hairline.
That's different.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Because they said that they were starting to look old. And I'm like,
if this is the same person I'm thinking about, I feel like there's no way.
yes. Okay. So he says to me,
It's a he. Go on.
of course it's a he. Who else is going to tell me that they bought Rogaine
You didn't say that. You said product.
to make their hair grow back in?
Oh, that's true.
Anyways, so because he had mentioned, he's like, bro, I always see you with a hat. Everyone would think that you're bald.
Everyone does think that you're bald.
Right?
I don't know why.
When I have a fresh haircut, it looks like I'm bald. Okay. So I told him the story about Cirque du Soleil. Where we had shared that with it. The actor thought that I was bald and he took off my hat expecting to see a shiny head.
He was going to go,
Yeah, and it wasn't. Anyways, so I was like, bro, who cares? It's like the day that if I were to ever start to lose my hair, I'm just gonna take a razor to it. That's it. It's done. My time with
why
hair
fight it? That's it.
is gone. Right? It's not gonna be the case because in my family, we've got
Your chia pets.
we're part wolves. I think.
Part chia.
I'm like, thankfully I didn't get the wolf hair, but
Yeah. You're talking about the full body coverage.
Yeah. That's my family. So thankfully it did not
Translate.
That line broke at my dad. So and it didn't get passed down. Anyways, so here we are, right? I always have a hat on. I don't know that I ever not have a hat on. And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna lose your hair." I'm like, "Bro, I'm 45. I've been wearing a hat every single day since I was like 12. I'm not going to lose my hair. It's past that. It's not going to happen. When you lose your hair, it's genetic.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, oh, you know, the thing is I started to get these things. I started to come back on the lines and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, you're going to get on a plane to Turkey and you're going to come back looking like all those people with the little dots in your head, which works, right? It's whatever they do, it works. But I don't ever see myself doing anything like that. If it's time for me to lose my hair, it's time for me to lose my hair.
So that leads me to it's a great transition into something else, right? Because um, this this birthday for me specifically, and we've discussed this, but I don't know how you really feel about it. It feels like a shift. Okay, it feels like a bigger transition than any other birthday has felt. I feel that for some people, they can look back and they can say my 21st birthday was
Mm-hmm.
something I remember, right? My 18th birthday, maybe their 30th birthday. I feel like I was so busy in being a mom and a wife,
Yeah.
and
We
I did.
did something small for our 30th just because of the Friends episode. Like with the one where everyone turns 30. Like we did a little
That
something,
is true.
but it
And I
wasn't,
think it
I
was
don't
a
even remember.
surprise party. Wasn't it a surprise
I don't
party
remember.
that I was not happy about?
For
Never
you,
surprise. Don't you remember? We were at Ben Tree.
I wasn't the one who did it.
No, it was Leah who threw it. Don't you remember?
Bro, I don't remember.
And then it ended up being all of her friends.
Oh my
Don't you
God.
remember? Because
Yes.
we didn't really have. I think there
Yes.
was one person, Sam and Tiffany,
Mm-hmm.
who we knew around that time. You imagine they're listening to this episode and they hear this?
Adriana and
That's true. They were there.
they were there
They were
too.
there. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Everyone else was the young adults group, and and they were all Leah's friends, right? And it was. I remember we went out to the store and we came back, and I was shocked that my house was full of people. What I will say, the only pro that I have to give about a surprise party in your own house is that because it was a surprise, I didn't have the stress of clean, fix, organize, do the none of that because I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I don't know if anyone else did that. I was just so shocked by it, and it's definitely not my vibe. Not my vibe at all. I don't like it. But it was a thought. It was a thoughtful
Yeah.
thing, and I honestly don't even remember
I don't remember anything.
how old.
I just knew we had done something because of the whole Friends
It
episode
may
thing,
have, yeah.
but that was it. And then after that, I don't know that we've ever really celebrated our birthdays.
No, not with a party.
Not with a party.
Not with a party. But I'm saying even personally, I haven't felt like, whoa, I'm 30. Whoa, I'm 35. Even 40. And at the coming up to 45
You felt it?
has been this like event. Now, I don't want to butcher people's religious practices. So I'm going to say what I know about it. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but I have heard that for Easter, people in certain cultures or countries, they make a trek up to a place where they're doing this whole procession with the cross and the people and the mourners and they end at a certain place, and it's usually up some sort of slope. This is what I've heard. I don't know if this is true, right? It's a long drawn out process. That's what I can relate to. That's what it has felt like for me, that we are marching up this hill. And it's like, bro, the top of the hill,
Jesus. No pun intended.
there's nowhere to go but down. I have felt the steps up to the top of the hill. Okay.
And here I am on the other side, just 10
You're
days
a
behind you.
guy.
And I'm like, whatever.
I wonder if it's because you're a guy.
I don't know.
Can I tell you one of the things that I admire about you? There's so many, but this is one thing that I'm like, man, I would love to be like Peter in this, is that things bother you, but you don't stew. So something could bother you.
Well, the emotion of what bothers me comes out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It spills out. And then I'm like moving on. But I leave a lot of I leave a lot of disturbed waters in the back.
You do. Okay. But I wonder, are those disturbed waters just because that's how I process that information?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you say, for example,
We did talk about that this
there's
week.
too much clutter here. Okay.
We did talk about that this week, that your mood is very dependent on where I am.
Yes.
Because even this morning, I got a phone call on a Sunday about a community, whatever is going on there, and I dealt with it and I moved on from it because there's nothing I can do about it right now, and it's something that's been kind of stewing, stupid stuff. But when I got back into the kitchen to continue breakfast, you were like, "Well, are we debriefing?" And I'm like, "I already told you everything. Like what it was what it was." But I felt like you sat in it longer than I did after my conversation. But it's like, it feels the same way when it comes to other things. Like if something attacks me emotionally and I'm like, okay, it's out. And then I move on. And then behind me, you're coming up and you're just like, but wait, I don't have enough information for me to walk away from this. Hold on. I need more. And you have to work through it.
But that's just an always thing. That's just how I've always been.
Yeah.
But the reason I was saying that is because I noticed that you there's been several things that you've made comments about. You know, something is, I'm frustrated about this, right? And for me, my immediate thought always is, well, how do I fix it? How do I, take that away from you, right? But and so then for me, it becomes a thing where it's just like this, right? Until it gets fixed. Mm-hmm. Or it stresses me out because I can't fix it or whatever. And then when I look over at you, you're calm and normal. And today, of all days, I appreciated that the most because there's just a situation that is unavoidable, and I know that it's unavoidable, but instead of stressing about it, I looked over at you and I was like, no, he's good. He's fine. And the reason I'm,
You talking about the phone call?
The reason I'm stressed out about it, the reason I'm stressed out about it is only because I'm trying to alleviate stress from you. So if I now remove you being stressed out, then I no longer have a reason to stress. Do you understand?
Bro.
What do you mean? I told you everything already.
I don't know what we're talking about.
We're talking about general stuff that disturbs you. What are you staring at me for?
What are you specifically talking about?
I'm talking about instances where something.
Oh, but you're talking in general then. Mm-hmm. And here I am thinking you're talking about something specific.
Well, like I said, it happens often. Today, something came up as well, and this is what I'm saying. It's
right.
just
That's
it was.
talking
I was
about my phone call.
It was just it just reminded me of this thing I appreciate in you. It's a quality.
Got it.
That's it. Okay. So, you were talking about when it's time for you to shave your head, whatever, right? You just want to do that. And I did a long roundabout, but for me, it's as I've been coming up this hill of 45, right? There's so many things that have just felt shifting for me, where I felt maybe there was stability. I don't know if stability is the right word. It has just felt shaky now, right? And in all of that, there is the now vast realm of the downhill, right? And what is coming from here? If you're at your peak and now you're going down, the only thing waiting for you down is the grave.
Okay.
Right? So
it's a little bit grim.
It is a little bit grim.
We're 45,
as long as you have known.
We have a long way to go.
Hold on. As long as you have known me, have I been very comfortable talking about death?
No.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm being pranked right now.
Why?
Have I been comfortable talking about death? Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. I'm gonna just repeat it and put it out there. Is death a comfortable subject for me?
Yes. Well, I said no the first time and I was wrong. So
But you're the one who I've had conversations with.
they're not comfortable conversations.
No. I didn't say comfortable conversations.
Okay.
I'm saying, do I talk a lot about death?
Yes. Okay.
I'm comfortable talking
I
about
understood
death.
that you were having.
No,
Got it.
they're
Okay.
uncomfortable. Yes, you
So
are
yes,
right.
yes.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
took that too literally. I get
Yes.
it. Okay. So that's just something I remember my mom talking about death when I was little. Death is something I talked with the kids when I was when they were little. It's just
Abort, bro.
why?
It's a birthday episode.
I know.
We are not
We're
going
being
here.
we're
No.
listen,
No, we
hold-
can leave this for another episode.
No, I'm
Bro.
coming out of it. I'm
Okay,
gonna
come out of it.
I'm gonna say why.
All right.
Okay.
Here's the rope. Go.
So, right? Death has been something that before was just a conversation about, hey, we should be, actively thinking about how do we help our parents prepare for it so that the burden isn't left on the children, hey, maybe, letters that you want to leave to your loved one. I don't know. That's how I think, right? That's where my mind's always been. But now the thought is different.
Yay.
Now the thought is hey,
Yay.
I'm sorry. I'm gathering that you're uncomfortable talking about death.
No, bro. This is a birthday
It
episode.
is, but it's about being 45, and I'm trying to put
Are
out
you
there.
planning on dying soon?
I'm trying to put out there genuine things that have just are occurring to me in this new age,
Okay.
And I'm very fascinated by the fact that we're on two different paths of 45.
I don't think
I feel like we're going to come together when it comes to the aches and pains.
I don't think we're on different paths.
But we've always mentally thought about things differently. So to me, that's
what I'm saying. I don't think we're on different paths. I think
It's
we're on
normal.
parallel paths.
yeah.
We're going to the
'Cause
same. We're going to the
We're
same
going
place.
to the same place. But so I was bringing this up, right? Because I don't know if women get to a point, and I'm putting it just for women out there, right? Because we're more sensitive, and men have this thing where you can look at something and you're like, moving on, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the exception, but most men are like that, right? I wonder if women dwell on these things a little bit more, right? And so is it something that now it's like, well, how do I stop aging from happening? Because aging leads to death, right? So how do I stop aging from happening? And so here come all of these. It's a new stress that you have for how do I keep myself looking young? And so I have to do beauty treatments, or I have to do cosmetic surgery, or I have to,
Whatever.
extensions, whatever it is, right? Because you're trying to put a stopper of where you're going,
Yes.
right? And I feel, and I've said this always, that I feel that when death comes, it is going to be like an expected, okay, it's my time, right? I'm
Like
not
the
afraid.
like the third brother in
Yes.
Deathly Hallows.
Yes. Okay. Like that, right? That we're all going there, and I want to arrive there gracefully, right? You age when you age, the wrinkles, the fine lines, all that stuff, it happens, and it's all part of your body showing signs that it has lived a life, right? And then there's been this question in my mind of, wait, but why does death have a different tone now? Before, it was just a thing I talked about, and now it's a thing almost I'm staring at, right? Even though I don't plan on dying soon, right? It's there. So I just had my yearly physical. And I've said none of this to my doctor, and we've had the same doctor, I would say about 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
I trust him. I care about him. I know that he cares about us. He's phenomenal. And just casually, he just throws into the conversation. You know, at this age, people start thinking about death a little bit differently. Bro, can I say the relief that I felt in just knowing I'm not going crazy? There is, I think, a lot of things that people associate with being old, right? And that was one of those things that I associated with being old, right? And hearing that, oh no, actually, I'm bringing this up because this is actually a very common theme. Something that in all my years, he has never brought up. And right when it's happening to me, it's when he brings it up, and it gave me relief. And knowing, hey, you're not getting old. That's not why this is happening. It's because the physiology is just changing, and there's just different things, right? So I don't want to take up all the time talking on the episode, right? But I had to do some research to find out what did that mean, right? Because what do we hear about a lot? Men having midlife crises, right? Did you know that we are now considered middle-aged at 45? 45 is the beginning of middle age.
Makes sense.
Now, I'm a middle-aged woman. I was not before. I don't know what I was before because I wasn't a young woman.
I would think it'd be less than that. Isn't the average life expectancy, like 70 something?
Yeah, but
So
40
divided by 2?
well, maybe they're counting you being 80. Who knows?
So
I don't
that
know.
would be 40.
That would be. And yet, defined, I guess, in their definition, that's how it is, right? But this is one of the things that I found most hilarious. If I were to get pregnant right now, it would be considered a geriatric pregnancy. Medically, that is how it's labeled, okay? At 35.
It would be considered geriatric at 35?
At 35.
Jeez.
And in order to not hurt feelings, right, they have changed that now to not be called geriatric pregnancy, but to be called advanced maternal age.
Oh, advanced maternal age. Yeah.
So,
in other words, you're old. Stop having kids.
okay, and I know that, I mean, who did we just see? Cameron Diaz, 53?
But there's a lot of people that are having kids super late.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad we didn't, bro.
Okay,
Goodness gracious.
so that goes to the other thing, right? Is so many people that are in our age group are in the middle of raising babies or toddlers or maybe teenagers.
Preteens.
I don't know. Preteens. Yeah. Okay. And I feel that I just wouldn't have the patience for it right now.
Not at all.
I love
we
going
Where was it that we went?
and leaving.
Where was it that we went recently? And there was a lot of kids, and we looked at each other and we're like, this is just, there's no way that we could survive this at this age. Was it I don't know if it was a card show. I don't think it was a card show. We were somewhere, and I just remember just seeing so many kids.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, do you think it was when we were at the museums? Because that's the only other trip we just recently did.
Must have been. In DC?
I can see it happening somewhere where we looked
Yeah.
around and we were like, bro, do
Like,
you imagine?
holy cow,
This
yeah.
was us right now?
Yeah, there was just so much.
like, no,
it just was so much more, and more power to the people who are doing it.
Well, and I'm sure that if you
But
were to ask them, they
for
would say it is so rewarding. It is so amazing. And I'm sure that if we were there, we would say the same thing.
Right, because that's the life. That's where we would be. But we've tasted this side of it. Very grateful that we did stupid things when we were young, and had everyone
Not
criticize
recommended
us.
things.
Yeah, everybody wrecked on us. Like they just talked down to how stupid we were for the
Well,
things that
and
we
I
were
will
doing.
say this. I think that we're part of a generation that of all the generations that have come after that, right? We were the ones who would be most likely to succeed. Because I've heard this from a bunch of young people thinking about what was I doing when I was 22? Oh, I had 2 kids already.
Yeah.
Okay. The
Could you
thing
imagine
I hear back
today's
is
22-year-olds?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I hear back from them is I can't even take care of myself. I can't imagine being
You
responsible.
imagine our kids with 2 kids right now?
I can't.
It's impossible.
I can't.
It's a completely different world.
It is. So I feel
They
like if
would-
anyone
I
was
think-
going to succeed,
yeah, I think
we
they would.
were.
Well, you'll make it, but it's not gonna be great.
I mean, it wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't great.
But I feel like we had a little bit more resilience.
But that's what I'm saying. This is where we were set up because of the generation that brought us up. There was, I honestly feel like I had felt overwhelmed, but that wasn't a term that was commonly thrown around.
Yeah.
Overstimulated was not
It
a
was
term that
different.
was thrown
It
around.
was a different type
you
of.
just,
We just grinded.
that's it. You put your
just
head
grinded.
down and you just keep going.
We needed money for.
And we were burnt
needed-
out,
yeah,
and
we
you
needed
don't
money
even know what that's
for
called.
Food and diapers. Yeah. Okay. So
Pick up a third job.
I got out of work and I was stacking chips on the shelf, and then I'd come home and go cut grass to the neighbors to make an extra $50.
Every person that I talk to about our beginnings, that always makes it into the recap of our story, is how you worked 3 jobs to provide for us. And please tell me again how old you were.
It's 21, 22, 23.
That's unheard of.
Until
That's
we
unheard
moved,
of.
Nikki was 2.
Almost
2 years old. That's when I finally had a job that was
covered all
covered
3.
all expenses.
Yes. And that's why we left the keys.
And that's why we left the keys. Because otherwise, I think we'd still be there.
Yeah.
Probably living in a trailer
Who knows? Who knows?
on the side of the ocean.
Who knows? A completely different life.
Different person. Completely different everything.
Yeah. Just, so many paths,
Because
right?
we were there. That's what we were, And mind you, for the people who don't know, living in a trailer in the Keys, that's
Oh, could you get that?
yes.
You got the little.
That's
so
the high.
good.
That's you're middle class.
I'm loving this.
Middle class to mid high class in the Keys. If you
live in a trailer?
If you got your own trailer. So.
But I don't know if that's the truth nowadays.
Yeah, there's not. The thing is that you had property.
I've heard a lot of it has changed.
But I'm saying you have property. When you have that, you own the property. It's not like you're renting a trailer. You're not in a trailer park. You live in a neighborhood, and then you have a trailer on a property. So, and some of the trailers that we saw, they were, more like some mid-level homes, But anyways, different life.
Different life. Another thing that I read in my review of what's going on with this physiological change and everything is how introspective you become. How much less you do of this and more of this that you start doing at this age, right? And I feel that when we were in that moment, when you were offered a job, there was no other, well, what if? No. There was, oh my God, we're saved. We're drowning, and that's the only answer. That's what we've got to do.
Go.
Well, what if we just stay doing the 3 jobs? There was none of that.
There's none of that. Yeah.
And now you
And
look.
We made some decisions really fast because I remember when I got offered. Well, hold on. So I didn't get offered the position. The position came open, and I came home and I told you about it because it was mentioned to me. Hey, this is something that I think you could do, but it would require for our entire family. Like we just needed to pick up and go. We were gonna move. It was a big deal, and I came home and I talked to you about it, and it was like a 5-minute conversation, and we were like, let's do it. And if it happens, it happens. That's going to be our sign. And that's exactly what it was. It was our sign. we got in the car, we got in the moving van, and we moved. And we moved into what we knew of Miami, which was a horrible mistake. And our adventure began. So we made a quick, it was a quick conversation, quick decision, go, go, go. And I think every decision we made from then going forward, or were a lot of decisions where we're just like, okay, well, this one gets us into a better spot, even just a little bit. Let's go. This one, kind of a parallel, but there's opportunity that's going to get us to a better spot. Let's do it. And we just did it. We just did it. I don't know that we would make a different decision if we thought any.
Well, not back then, but I'm
If we were
saying
thinking
now,
now.
because people will say, well, now you have hindsight. Now you can look back and you can say, oh, okay, I can see all these different paths that our life could have gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some things that were like, oh, God, thank God we didn't go to Colorado. Remember? We were so dead set on it. And we were so crushed when it didn't happen. And now we look back and we're like, thank God we didn't do that. Okay. But what I'm saying is that right now, if an opportunity presented itself, we would not deal with it the same way that we dealt
No.
with it back then. Now we would stop and
Even
we
10
would
years
say,
ago.
let's explore all the options. What paths could this lead to? It's a completely different thought
Yeah.
process now.
Even stuff from 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, this isn't an overnight. You're 45 and all of a sudden you're much wiser. But you can see.
But I'm saying even stuff, like even decisions we made 10 years ago, I think we would have different thought processes as we're going through it.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
So,
And it's all part of the growing and the learning. Right? But what I will say happened overnight, those things you learn over time. What did happen overnight is that all of a sudden there was a brand new pain I never had. Tell me if at least
as I'm rubbing,
as you're rubbing, please show the camera your new pain.
it's like right on. So it's like right on my wrist, like right here. Okay, and here's the best part about it. You ready for this? Guess who has a pain in the exact same spot? Want to join in the?
Wrong hand.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's in the same spot.
And I've had it for much longer. So that's not a new pain for me. Yeah, it's
no,
this one.
not. Which one?
It's the wrong hand.
Yeah, it's the one that we hold hands with. we're hurting. We're hurting because we hold hands.
Oh man! But it's look.
That makes sense.
Why? No, it does not.
Yes,
make
it does. When we sit on the couch,
sense.
and we hold hands.
It's the wrong hand.
No.
Where do you sit on the couch, sir? This is all part of being 45 too. It's the forgetfulness as well.
Wait, when we walk,
when we walk,
it's this hand.
we do hold on this
and
hand.
my arms are in a different
In the
height
car.
than yours.
In the car.
In the car.
This is the hand we hold. This is, I feel like,
Okay,
where
no more holding hands.
No more. Yeah. So, new aches and pains, new blood tests coming back, showing things that are like, oh, well, this needs your attention now. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you falling apart?
Yeah.
What's happening? No. Can you guess what? The body's actually going through a major transition at this point.
We go out and we have to plan to make sure that we get back home early enough so that we can rest.
Well, we've always been nappers. So I
know we're
wonder, have
nappers.
we become more?
We are reliant.
I will
our
say
nap.
something. I will say that for me personally, I've noticed a shift in my fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's not just fatigue during the day, it's at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where before I could marathon till midnight. And now there are times where I'm hopeful. We're sitting there on the couch after we've had dinner. We're doing our thing because we love to watch shows and we're still movie people and shows and all that stuff, right? Did you know that the new generation doesn't?
No.
You talk to them about shows and TV, they have no idea what you're talking about, bro. I think they're all YouTube and TikTok and
Yeah.
all that stuff, okay? And we're sitting there and I'm hoping to start seeing your head snapping. Because I'm like, the moment he goes, I'm going to, without any judgment whatsoever. Okay.
You
And
choose
of
to get
course,
mad.
I know. And of course, on those moments where I desperately need it, okay, you are wide awake.
It's weird though.
And I'm like, why? I
Sometimes-
need to go
Sometimes
to
it's just all this
sleep.
extra energy that I don't know where it comes from, you know.
Yeah.
But my new thing is I've got to be careful because I'm doing some violent neck snaps.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and I mean, there's,
I'm funny. I said to you, I was like, I need to get me a travel pillow so I can put it on while I'm watching TV. Bro, I need a freaking life vest to sit down and watch TV.
oh my gosh.
Let's end on a good note. Let's end
Well,
on
hold
something
on a
happy.
second. Why are you trying to finish so quickly? What's wrong with you? Are you pressed for time?
Am I pressed for time?
We've got all the time in the world.
No, we don't.
Yeah. Can I just say, people are probably wondering, why the long absence? We haven't even addressed that. Okay.
Because we're old.
No. Okay.
No.
So our daughter, I think we had said this, that our daughter was coming to stay with us, right? Because she's in the middle of moving to another state and all that stuff. And the disruption to our life has been marked. Okay. Not in a
Not a bad way.
not a bad way, but it is an like
but
unavoidable.
our
You can't say it's not
routines-
there. Our
Our
routines.
routines are so out of whack.
It's a difference when your kids come to visit than when they're staying with you for an extended period of time, and now you're trying to navigate, right? Do you have chores? Do I tell you what to do? You don't live under my house anymore. Like, there's all that, right? And then there is we want to include her in the things that we're doing, right? So this obviously is taking time away, and we're trying to navigate that. So it has just, I have felt, I feel like my house is out of order.
Oh,
I
it's out
feel
of
like my
order.
life is out of order.
The house is out of order, bro.
And the moment she leaves, I'm going to feel
Of
like,
course. Of course.
you know, because she's going on to a whole other life. You know, that her boyfriend is intent on marrying her, you know, so this is a whole new thing that's going on. But
And
she's
his
been
job
gone
doesn't-
5
and-
years.
And his
She's
job
been-
doesn't keep him in one place, so we're not going to be able to say, hey, we're going to go up this weekend to see you. Like,
Yeah.
that's just not going to be a thing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to finish the last little bit here, is that the other thing that I was thinking about, that's like a whole other thing because I don't even understand it, is this whole perimenopause stage now, right? Where hormones are going crazy. New things are happening with dizziness and fatigue and hot flashes and all that stuff, right? It's all stuff that men get to skip. Men don't have any of this stuff. And if I'm wrong, I would like someone to correct me and tell me, oh yeah, men are actually going through something. I wonder if there is something going on and that's why men have midlife crisis. Are they going through a sense of like, who am I? What's my identity? I've just been, you know, head down to the grindstone, and now it's like, this isn't the life I would have chosen for me. I don't know. Maybe it's more emotional for men, and men don't know how to articulate that, and that's what's happening, right? But a funny note is that I keep a comb in the car because I'm obsessed with combing through my hair. Okay. I don't like knots in my hair. My sister the other day, Leah, tells me, oh my God, 'cause I'm FaceTiming her. And she's like, what is that? And I said, oh, I'm just combing my hair before going back into work. And she goes, you look like a vieja combing your hair. And I'm like, bro, am I picking up old things? Like, what's happening to me? Okay. You're going through none of that. And I feel like there's no sympathy towards me where I'm at right now because it's a crisis So I thought, right? Because nobody tells you what any of this is going to be like. Probably because nobody can, right? Because maybe there's some people who are not going to relate to me at all.
Right.
And they're going to say, I'm 50. I didn't feel any of that.
But there are people, though. There are people
Maybe
who go
there
through
are.
the midlife crisis and on an end of life crisis. So it all depends. I've seen people do it on both spectrums.
The brain fog. I feel you getting
My
forgetful.
eyesight is a disaster.
Oh, yes. Did we even talk about how the doctor told us? Well, yeah, you're 45.
Yeah, my eyesight has gone to crap. In the last like couple,
Overnight.
yeah, bro. I had a little spot there where I came off of glasses, and I was like, cool, and then I started slowly going back on it. I have currently progressive bifocal situation going on where I'm still trying to get used to it, and it's been a couple months, like
Progressives are not easy to get a hold of. All right. So this was the short answer to wrap up all of these things that people could be feeling. You identify with none of it, right? Except the aches and pains.
yeah.
That's it. For you, life continues. Do you feel older?
I feel older for sure.
Because your body feels that, or because
my
you?
body is
Take your body out of the way. Do you mentally feel older, or do you feel young and spry and like I'm ready to
I don't
conquer the
know.
world?
I don't know that I feel older.
Because I don't feel
Mentally,
older.
I don't feel older. Physically, I do.
Physically, you do. Just a little bit, right? So it was saying that here at 45, we are in a phase of existential awareness. It's a deeper understanding of time, mortality, and what truly matters. All right. In this time, the brain goes through a cognitive shift where it becomes less reward seeking and more meaning seeking, more reflective and less tolerant of superficiality. And what is it that how do people express that, right? Like, I don't give a, look at your shirt. Look at your shirt, right? Your shirt was exactly this, right? And there's a sense of, I forget who I was saying this to, of I care less now about what people think I should be doing with my life or how they think I should be living my life or whatever, right? And I care more about what I care about. What do I want to invest my time in? You know? If people refer, interestingly enough, like, oh, we're back in high school when there's pettiness or drama and all that stuff. I missed out on that, so I don't know what that's like, but that's what they refer to. Always, no matter what age you're in, that's what you get pointed back to.
Well, it's
And
because you're seeing it from here, and now you've seen like, wow, that was stupid.
Right. Okay. But then it's like you get to a point where you don't want any of that in your life anymore, right? And whatever that means, you're fine with it because you've discovered more of who you are, what you like,
That was
where you're
2020 for us.
going. Yeah, I mean, that was a destructive year in more ways than one. I mean, we know marriages fell apart that year, relationships, it was bad because it was a time where you had to be forced to face everything, your life, who you
And
are.
You and I, in that time, that's where we went into our, forget this, and I'm using a nice word, like,
It also starts with an F.
yes, F this. Like, we're done. We don't care what anybody else around us is feeling. We're the ones that have to deal with each other and live with each other until we're dead.
Oh, there's that D word
There's
again.
that dead word.
So, what do we take from all of this, right? Because my sister Mel, she just turned 40. I don't know. I kind of got the sense from her that she was kind of dreading the 40. I feel that as a woman, and we'll put this in the most innocent terms, right? But I think that as a woman sexually at 40, there's something that makes you feel perhaps like I'm not the young woman I used to be before, right? So I was curious, what age do you become a cougar, right? Interestingly enough, you don't become a cougar unless you're dating someone who's 18, at least 18 years younger than you are. At least.
I
Okay?
could have told you that.
No, you couldn't have.
Of course.
No, people just look at someone who's older and they're like, oh, that's a cougar. It's like, no,
No,
no.
a cougar is someone who is with the youngins.
Okay. Anyway. But I was telling my sister that not to dread coming into the 40s because I honestly feel, even though there's all this extra stuff and all these deeper thoughts and mortality is now in front of me rather than just a subject, right? There's all this shift that's happening. I really do feel like it is the most exciting, most amazing time of my life. And that's not to take away that I felt like I had the best years of motherhood because I got to be home with the kids.
Yeah.
And I got to raise them and be with them 24 hours a day, right? But that's in its own other category. I feel like when they say, oh, I gave the best years of my life to this, I feel that sometimes that's said in a way of it could have been a waste, right? Oh, no. I know that I gave my best of my young years to that. And I think it was awesome. But now this wiser person who is not obsessed with what people think or anything like that, right? There's such a freedom in it. And I think that if you acknowledge the questions, the doubts, the fears, all these things that are swirling around, at this age, and yet you can face it with grace and dignity, then you can progress onto the next chapters of your life, embracing all of the beautiful things that life gives you, all the moments that you have with your family, or the adventures that you get to go on, or the new things that you get to try. At 45, there are things I've never even done that I'm going to get to do, you know?
And that's why next week we are jumping out of a plane.
Oh my God. That is a lie.
We're going in a plane.
In separate ways.
Yes.
Separate ways.
But we are going
That's
into a plane.
true. So just to say, there is going to be a little bit of an absence from us until we're back to our regular schedule.
We'll try and record next week so we can have an extra.
I would love that. I've missed this so much.
Yeah.
This is because, again, this is such intentional time that we have.
Yeah, this one will come out on the 21st.
Your birthday's the 26th, so it'll be
Yes.
right
So
in between.
We'll try and put one more, and then we're going to miss a week in there because we're going to be out of town. I'm going to New York, and you are going
with
to
your boys'
the
trip,
Carolinas, to your mom's house, and then we'll be back
for the weekend of June 5th.
Yes, and we don't have anything going on until.
We don't know what we've got going on. That's another thing. You know, it's so lovely to we plan our lives, and yet we leave room for spontaneity. Did we say we're going to Vegas? Can we say it here? Can we confirm or deny here that for International UFC Fight Week we're going to Vegas?
Bro, let me tell you something. I'm not short of doing a red eye on Friday, going to the fight and coming back on Sunday. Holy cow, bro. Let's see. What was I looking? Okay, there you go. Oh, and our Braves games this week.
I know. I'm super excited.
Let's see.
We continue to use our Kupla calendar.
Let's see. Okay. We've got. Really, honestly, we don't have stuff that we're like travel-y for.
No, our next trip is going to be New York.
Is New York in September?
Mm-hmm. In the fall. Oh, wow.
at the end of September on the 18th.
Yeah.
And
I
then
hope it's going to be a little chilly.
yeah, and then we don't have anything until November after that. I kind of, you know what I noticed with our calendar this year? Mm-hmm. Last year, we did a lot of go, go, go. And this year, we are doing things that are more chosen. Because those are the things that we want to repeat. Those are the things that we want to enjoy.
And there are things we aren't repeating that
Yeah.
we did, that we liked, that we
did
would
it,
have.
And we were like, nah. There's something else that we'd rather do on that day.
I feel
Kind
like
of
we
like
are.
it that way.
We're leaving ourselves open, and I feel open to rest a lot too.
Well, we did
which
that
is-
last week where we took the weekend and we really just, it was nice. It was nice. And we have that coming up this weekend.
I mean, we crashed.
Yeah. We have that coming up this weekend where we're going to be able to enjoy the weekend.
Yeah. And that's good because you're about to go into 4 or 5 days of nonstop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's going to be a really brutal couple weeks. So I'll take it. Anyways.
So, cheers to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I don't have water and my mouth is dry as
Would
can
you
be.
like some of mine?
I don't want that.
Oh,
I'm going to go get my water.
all right.
Oh, are we doing this thing again?
You have
We're
one?
going to end. I have just this.
No, bro.
Yeah, it works. Look. Ready?
Bandit.
And we will. Huh?
And Bandit. Bandit was like, what?
Is he here? Oh, he is here.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even realize he was here.
Bro, the moment he knows we're recording, he goes to his bed
He
and
loves coming in here.
he does. He
loves
loves
coming
here and the Lego room.
All right, ready? Cheers to 45 years and another 45 on top of that.
Yes. Oh, God, that makes us 90.
Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. See you guys next time. Say goodbye.
Bye.